Hello, Alafia, everyone. Welcome to AstrorisaMoon Talk. We're hanging out in the loft today, getting ready for this upcoming supermoon and solar Leo new moon. It's happening Saturday, August 11th at 5:57 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. The moon and the sun are both 18 degrees Leo in house 1. And also I'm going to mention the ascendant, which is 16 degrees Leo. Also, of course, that's house 1. So there's a lot going on with these planets and their relationship with the moon and the sun during this solar moon, super moon, Leo, new moon, right? All that going on. One aspect that stands out for me, though, is the moon in conjunct Neptune. Now, this is important because, as I had previously mentioned in our radio show, psychically sensitive people have been feeling very heavy and sluggish lately. And both Iadia and I shared with you all how we all have been picking up the increased hostility and volatile energies in the atmosphere, which then have been impacting and still impacting our bodies, making us just very sluggish, right? So, with this upcoming moon time, Neptune is 15 degrees retrograde in Pisces in house 8. It's very active during this moon time. And this moon in conjunct Neptune, the elements of water, we're talking about that Yemaja Olokun energy, are behaving like oil and water, which actually they both own. Though we have these elements of, you would think, water, right? They are not blending well or blending at all. It's just like each time you shake up oil and water, they remain separate. With this in conjunct of moon and Neptune, we have to deal with one or the other individually. Either we're dealing with the water element or we're dealing with the oil element. So this is the energy of this moon time. Two deeply karmic cosmic vibrations, moon and Neptune, that at this point aren't merging together. Yet our sensitivity and our receptivity are increased at different levels of spectrums when they are manifesting. Either it's manifesting connecting with that moon energy, or it's going to manifest connecting with Neptune's energy, but it's not going to do it simultaneously. So during this moon time, not only are we sensitive to our surroundings and the emotional energies others are transmitting, but we are also sensitive to our own deep karmic and ancestral emotional energies that were buried or ignored. So if we're not aware of this sensitivity and not aware of where it's coming from, then we can feel crazy, off balance, confused, hostile, and even more sluggish than before. Also during this moon time, let's look at taking time out for yourself, to decompress because of this moon in conjunct Neptune. It's important to breathe deeply to clear the pent-up energies that's stored in the body and the cells. Maybe some of you might even want to drink some oxygenated water. Maybe that'll be helpful to energize and invigorate your cells and your body. Maybe a good colon cleanse is needed to purge the areas of the body that Neptune Olokun rules, which is the bowels. And the bowels are not only holding biological toxins, but the bowels also hold emotional toxins in the body, as well as the stomach. Some people during this moon time will find themselves drinking liquor or consuming many forms of intoxicants, and they just don't know why. And that's because you subconsciously are trying to escape something that you're picking up from your external environment, or you're running away from your own stuff you may or may not recognize. So now, in addition to this moon in conjunct Neptune, we also have the sun in conjunct Neptune. Oh boy. So while our collective ascendant at this time is Leo at 16 degrees, which is challenging in itself, we've got this extra challenge. The sun in conjunct Neptune, and then the ascendant at 16 degrees in Leo. So all of this can be very challenging for anyone, because this is talking about our fire and our water. But, you know, fire and water don't mix, right? So we have our fire and water not mixing. So each time we try to ignite our flames, which I'm pulling cards here, that's being represented by the Ace of Wands. Each time we try to ignite our flame, our Ace of Wands, which is the urge to start a new venture, the water puts it out, causing steam like a sonic effect, which is very uncomfortable, which then is represented by the Four of Coins, which is our fear of taking a risk. So we have to make a difficult choice, one of two conflicting paths to take during this time. And isn't it interesting that I pull the Lover's card, because that does talk about making a difficult choice. It's one or the other. Either you're going to remain fearful, or you're going to go out there and you're going to start that venture, whatever that represents for you. We have that ascendant at 16 degrees. Again, I talked about it being challenging, and it's because of its degrees, its numeric degree. And it's talking about something in our lives related to either family, creativity, and or our passions is breaking down. The question then is, for this moon time, how can we work through or with this heavy transit? And I've pulled from the Sacred Wealth Code. This answer is the Mercury card. Then looking at dealing with the mind. The moon also represents the mind, but also Mercury represents how we are going to decipher information. So Mercury, which is a legless planet, shows up for this message. And the message is not only Mercury, but the communicator. So in order to be a good communicator, first one must be a good listener. Then they can clearly understand what is being said, and they can deliver it and present it in a clear way. To be a good messenger, your senses must be acute. You must be alert, and you cannot be scattered or cloudy. It's very fitting that that message comes up, because that's one of the challenges with this aspect of the moon in conjunct Neptune. To be clouded, and then to cloud ourselves even more by taking in things that cloud us. A good messenger also relates the truth to those who are listening in a way that all can understand. So we must be able to be keenly aware of what we're feeling, what we're doing, and thinking at this time. So question what it is you're experiencing, and be willing to listen to Spirit for direction and guidance. I just think it's so fitting, again, that we pull the Mercury card as a message and how to work through this transit, because Mercury, the planet Mercury, is at 14 degrees, still retrograde in the sign of Leo, but it is in house 12. So that's talking about one must be still, one must listen, one must observe. And in doing that, they will be able to balance what seems to be out of balance. I'm going to leave that message for you all today. As much as it's for you, it is for myself. And we're being told to take it slow and easy, to be honest with ourselves, and clear-sighted during this moon time. So remember, everyone, to know your truest self, follow the moon, and have a very clear-sighted moon time. Thanks for chiming in, and you all take care.